There's at the bottom of my screen.
Hello. Good afternoon or good morning.
Hi.
From where you are.
Hello, everybody.
Quick sip of tea. For our regulars, if you are there, do pop a comment in the comments so that we can say hello and wave to you, and any kind of questions or comments or insights throughout the chat, do pop it in the comments and we will do our very best to answer questions, whether it's about witchcraft in general or specific witchcraft subjects or anything you like, really. Do ask us and we'll do our very, very best to answer your questions. Good afternoon. If you did permission for StreamYard to use your name above the live thingy, you come up as Facebook user, so I apologise if I don't say your name. Hello, lots of people. Hello, Helen. Hello, Lani. Lani, thank you for your order. I will post it out tomorrow.
Hi, Jackie.
Oh, a wet and windy Ontario, Canada. Yeah, we got wet and windy too, Jackie. We feel you.
Windy England.
Yeah.
I was covered in mud when I got back from my run today.
Yeah, I think you dodge the showers or get soaked today, won't you?
Yeah.
Hi, Sue. Hello. Lovely.
Hiya.
Lots of lovely people. Hi, Green. So we're going to have a bit of a waffle today, like we do. It might stay on subject. It might. Pretty much guaranteed it'll go off subject. No, has my name come up? Not sure StreamYard is playing ball. No, it's not. It's putting you as Facebook user. And my phone is updating, so I can't see any names at the moment, unfortunately. So welcome to our Waffling Witches. We thought, as it is middle of November, and we're edging towards Yule, that we'd have a bit of chat about my husband made me a cup of tea before we started and he put it in my Santa cup. So there you go. So yeah, it's a question. How soon is too soon to set up a Yule altar? I've seen people set them up already, Jackie. I have seen a few already, and
when you feel ready.
I think for me, the Sabbats are a period of time. They aren't just one date. They are a period in time. So set it up whenever you feel ready. I don't know about you guys. Any of you got your altar set up already?
No, but I've been thinking about it and watching Christmas films. So
yeah,
getting there.
And the lights have gone up. So the altar will probably get done next week. Christmas
24's got back-to-back cheesy Christmas movies.
I've discovered that channel. They love it.
So whenever you feel ready, Jackie. So as I say, I have seen some people with their Yule altars up already. So it is a period in time. So I am of the persuasion that I'd rather celebrate it all with the energy of the build-up to it. Once the day's gone, I'm pretty much done and dusted with it. So I like the build-up of it. I like the energy. There's that kind of positive, forget the commercial side of it. There's that positive kind of energy where everyone's looking forward to it, isn't there? I know it's all going to be a bit weird this year, but I like to ride that energy beforehand. So I think absolutely do it as soon as you're ready, Jackie. Hello, lots of people. Hi, Lizzie. Hello from Washington. Hello, wafflers. Hi, Teresa. Luna's still in Samhain. You stay in Samhain as long as you want to. Helen says, for me, it's not the season until all the leaves have fallen from my lilac tree. It's nearly there. Now, that's brilliant. That is working with Mother Nature right at the source, isn't it, as your kind of clock. Brilliant.
I saw some sloes yesterday, still on some blackthorn, which really surprised me. But yeah.
Green says, but I feel it's coming within the week, the setting of the Yule altar. Yeah, it's got that kind of cling, hasn't it? Sue loves Christmas films as well. Yeah, Sue, I have been watching them for several weeks now. Lani's finished her house decorating, so now it's time for Yule. Definitely. Good afternoon from the Westies in Wolverhampton. That sounds like a TV series. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So yes, we're going to talk about Yule today, amongst other things, when we get distracted. Putting my tree up this coming week. Love the dark nights and setting up my altar. Yeah, I must admit, I do like the dark nights. I'm not really a layout in the sun by the pool person. Not that we've got a pool. But yeah, I'm an autumn winter person myself. I love the dark evenings with your big bowl of casserole and your hot chocolates and feet up, good book kind of thing. Brilliant.
Blanket out.
Morning from Arkansas.
And wearing your boots again and woolly jumpers. Yeah. I'm not a flip-flop person.
Actually, I don't think I've ever seen you in anything other than your DMs, actually.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I have to organise my cupboards and drawers, then I'll be ready. Yeah, a bit of organisation. I do like to have a big old clean before I put the Yule stuff up. Yeah, Jackie, guess I can start mine tonight then. Yeah. The 90-kilometre wind will blow the last leaves off her lilac. Wow. Hopefully it doesn't take the tree with it. Hello over in Apple Valley, California.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, that sounds lovely, doesn't it? Hi, Debbie.
Oh, that's stormy.
So lots of very lovely people. Thank you so much for joining us. If you don't know who we are, we're Kitchen Witch. That's just us, really. Sums it up. And we like to have a bit of a waffle. We do start with a theme, and the theme is Yule. And we'll see where it takes us. Sue likes big woolly jumpers because they hide lots of sins, i.e. cats. I'm with you. Absolutely. So it's definitely easier to hide, isn't it? I get a question from Amy. What are some good suggestions for an altar? I'm assuming you mean a Yule altar, as that's their theme. I think trust your intuition, basically. I think altars are very personal, and I know some traditions do have specific layouts. Actually, my Friday morning chat this coming week will be about magical tools and altars.
Big old plug there.
I think it has to be very personal, and I think you have to put on things there that you feel need to go on there. But I know, Bernie, you like lots of lights on yours, don't you? You have lights on your altars. Do we all put lights on our altars?
Yes, I do. For Yule, I normally have something to symbolise the sun coming back. So either a huge chunk of citrine or some dried sunflower petals or marigold, something, to represent the sun coming back.
Yes, because when we say Yule, we mean the winter solstice, don't we? Which is the returning of the light days. Anyone else put anything specific on their altars? You guys can have talk.
Rachel.
Pine cones.
Pine cones.
Pine cones, yeah.
Pine cones. Green and red.
Yeah.
Normally a sprig of holly from somewhere.
Yeah.
And if I found mistletoe in the wild.
They used to bring, our ancestors would have bought the greenery indoors. That was, it would have been ideal.
Find outside.
Yeah. But I put the little tiny Christmas tree ornaments too. I put some of those on my altar as well. And bells, quite often put bells on there as well. I think it has to be personal, Amy. Go with what, And if you decorate your home with your normal Christmas decorations, just run it through onto your altar. I did do a white one year. I did my altar all with white for the Kalak and for the winter goddess, with lots of bits and pieces. But trust your intuition and go with what works for you, definitely.
I think it can differ, can't it, from each year? I very rarely have the same things twice.
Yeah.
And where I'm drawn to, I still have got chocolate coins from a Saturnalia ritual that we did.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't eat them now. I shouldn't think they're very nice. But yeah, they still go on there with a little, I think it's a little smiley face bauble thing, I think, that we got as well. And that goes on there. But other than that, just generally what I'm drawn to.
Haven't you? Luna says someone around here has actually put their Christmas lights up. Yes, apparently we have someone local.
A few people have run our way.
People just want some positivity, don't they? So
something that makes you smile.
Yes,
absolutely.
Jackie, what advice do you have celebrating Yule for someone still in the closet? Disguise it as Christmas. Christmas is where the celebrations came from, isn't it? An awful lot of what we celebrate at Christmas stems from pagan traditions. The Christmas tree bought in the house is quite a Victorian thing, isn't it? But the actually bringing greenery in, the holly, the ivy, all of the green pine, that's all pagan tradition. You are welcoming the sun back in, so it is bright lights and colours. Pretty much everything. The Yule log, that's a pagan tradition as well, although not the chocolate one. I'm talking the actual log, the wooden log. Don't burn your chocolate one. A lot of the traditions that we celebrate as Christmas are pagan. So I would absolutely just pretend that you're celebrating Christmas. No one's going to know. Unless you have a little nativity scene. That's probably a bit more Christmas than pagan. But they were welcoming the birth of the sun. Pagans welcome the return of the sun. Get where I'm going? Yeah, I would definitely say hide it all. Hide it all in your Christmas celebrations. Definitely. Hello, Amy. Hello, Snowy. Hello, Leslie. Luna gets the bells out. Yeah, we like a few bells. I have a golden Moroccan ball that lights to represent the sun. Perfect. Brilliant idea. I think anything sort of gold and shiny is all representative of the sun, isn't it? Green has 32 kilometers per hour winds in Kentucky. Hold on to your hats, everybody.
Glad I don't live there. I'd be blown away. I'd need to walk around with rocks in my pockets.
You would. You'd have to have bricks tied to your feet. Or you'd be blown away.
Whenever I go out in the woods, make sure you've got some bricks in your pockets, Mum, so you don't fly away.
Well, we have a beautiful holly tree outside my patio window, and this time this year she gifts me with little sprigs that I put on my altars. Beautiful.
Oh.
I think a big part of it is about bringing the greenery inside, isn't it? Hi, Zinnia. Hi, Lizzie. I wrote a poetic prose piece inspired by the winter goddess. Happy to share if like. Please do, Lizzie. We would love to read it. I have lights up all year. Halloween tree goes Halloween tree. Now I like this tradition. Goes up on October and January. I do Halloween tree. I like the sound of that. It's an excellent idea. Sue had some lovely salt dough Yule decorations. Oh, but when one of my cats brought in a mouse, it hid in the cupboard and ate them. I can't imagine that salt would have been very good for the poor little mice.
No.
Chocolate Yule log is perfectly pagan. Oh, it is. Absolutely. There is a whole tradition behind the Yule log. It's very, very symbolic of the winter solstice. Don't burn chocolate logs. It is a shocking waste. I agree with you. But it is a sacrifice to eat the whole thing. Yes, we have to give a bit of sacrifice of ourselves. And eating the entire chocolate Yule log all by yourself is definitely a sacrifice. I'm with you on that one. Jackie is thinking of making a Yule log cake. Go for it. Go for it. We want photos on the Facebook group once you've made it, obviously. Green has a Yule paper craft colouring book this year that the girls and I are going to work on that has banners and cardstock ornaments that are Yule specific. Oh, brilliant. My kids are teenagers now, so they're not really into that. But I loved making stuff with the kids and the little paper chains. We all those
I will do those.
and glitter. Oh, glitter everywhere. That's part of Christmas, isn't it? Particularly if you've got children who's making the crafts and things. Xenia doesn't feel Yule yet. Might put decoration up before the beginning of December. Yeah, I'm usually the end of November, beginning of December, depending on what's going on. Good afternoon. Yeah, my voice is getting there. Thank you. Andrea. Hi, Andrea. Don't feel like Yule either. It's rather warm and sunny around here for the season. Yeah, I think that's the key thing as well, isn't it? We have had some winters recently where it's been so warm that it doesn't really feel like Yule or celebrating the season. You do have to get that feel, don't you, from the weather? Xenia, I sometimes put up a geeky nativity scene with figures from Doctor Who. The Flame and Build Dragon. Oh, I need one of those. Brilliant. Stormtroopers, the 3 wise stormtroopers.
Need to see a picture of that.
We do.
Baby Yoda. Excellent. Xenia, yeah, we need pictures of that. We definitely need pictures of that. I like that idea. I might steal that one. That's brilliant. Lani loves chains. Yeah, we always used to make them as a kid. And Jackie, yeah, paper chains remind us of being a kid. We used to do paper chains and popcorn strings. Now, paper chains definitely British. We used to do that, but I think the idea of stringing popcorn and cranberries onto thread and putting them on the tree is very American, isn't it? We don't. Yeah, it's not something that we really do over here. I think it's a brilliant idea.
I don't think they'd get on the string. I would probably eat them.
Yes, and
I was just thinking my grandkids would probably be nibbling out.
Yeah.
Inquisitive little dogs as well don't go well with food hung on trees.
Yeah, dogs. Yeah.
But yeah, we don't really do that in the UK. Clicking on the StreamYard link but getting a blank page. I'm sorry. It's Facebook, I'm sure, being a complete and utter like it is quite often. Xenia has still got to get the Star Wars figures, but she has a tiny X-Wing. Yeah, we're definitely going to need photos of that. Leslie has snowdrops starting to come up.
Oh, wow.
Seasons are a bit confused here in Scotland. Yeah. Oh, I've still got summer bedding flowering in the garden. And it's ridiculous.
My geraniums are still in flower at the front.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we've got flowering too. I think this is the whole point about celebrating the Sabbath as a few weeks rather than one day on the calendar, because the seasons now don't seem to bear any relation to the dates on the calendars. So I think you've got to trust your intuition and go with it, really. But there are lots of symbols to use. Holly, ivy, mistletoe, of course, is quite a traditional one, associated more with druids, really, isn't it? But oh, hello, we've got a dog here. That's because I mentioned dogs. Lots of candles as well, of course, because you are welcoming the light back. So lots and lots of candles is really good as well. And of course, everyone has candles at Christmas, so no one will know that it's pagan. Yule logs, poinsettia. Now, I don't have a lot of luck with them because they're plants.
Nor do I.
And indoor house plants don't like me. Yeah, my husband's screaming. He says they cry as soon as they come in the door. Wreaths, of course, Christmas wreaths, pine wreaths, ivy, anything you want to make them out of. They are very good as well. And bells, all very pagan and very good to use because they all sort of celebrate the same thing. Hi, Eva. You don't have to apologise for being late. Honestly, you don't. Snowy is in Greece. We don't have holly or mistletoe, but found lots of wild thyme and oregano.
Oh, nice.
Lovely. I think that is part of it, isn't it, as well as about celebrating the season in your locality with whatever is seasonal in your area. Winter jasmine's out now. It's normally January. Yeah, that's very early for it, isn't it? Hello, Eric. Yeah, he's being special. He lies upside down on his back and just, it's being special. In Wales, all the leaves have gone from the trees. Had a couple of frosts. Oh no!
Yeah, we've had frost.
Have you? See, you guys you're a bit further up north than
yes.
us. Yeah.
There were 2 frosts last week and the week before.
We're quite.
No, we haven't, have we?
No, we haven't yet.
We had a very mild one the
Yeah.
other week. When I got up early, it was just on the shed road.
It's quite a certain microclimate, so we don't normally get affected really.
No.
Sula has roses, fuchsias and pansies still in the garden. Yeah, my fuchsias and roses are both still flowering. It's a bit weird in November, isn't it? Lani's hoping to try and make her own mulled cider. No idea how it will turn out.
Oh, that's delicious. I make it every year. Good luck.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Brilliant. Oh, have you got a special recipe, Bernie?
Not particularly. I do a non-alcoholic one for the kids with apple juice and ginger, and it's just literally apple and ginger juice. And you add in some chopped oranges and lemons, a few cinnamon sticks, some cloves, and just bring it to a simmer. Let it simmer for about half an hour, and then I leave all the bits of spices and bits of fruit in, so it continues to flavour it. And that's it. Super simple.
It's a good combination, isn't it? To stick in, for mulled wine, cider, everything all those.
You can adjust it
nice.
to your own taste.
Very nice. That's a good point, actually. Poinsettias are poisonous to dogs, so yes, do please be careful if you have doggies.
Mm-hmm.
And now Sue's got it. She's got it nailed. She has a silk poinsettia. She brings it out every year. Steam the leaves, and it's good as new. I like your thinking.
That's good, yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Eric.
Yes, we're going to have to put the Christmas tree way up out the way this year, aren't we?
You'd be better off hanging it on the ceiling, Rachel.
So that someone doesn't investigate it. This is him doing his meerkat impersonation now. It's a strange dog. Eric is always special, Diane. Yes, he is. Sue's had a few frost in Somerset. Okay. Yeah, I think we're that much more away from it, or down south, as we say. Had a crazy storm last week, thunderstorm with rain and lightning. Then it hailed, snowed, and back to rain. Wow, that's quite a collection of weather all in one evening. We've got nasturtiums still blooming their heart out. Wow. Yeah, it is. Mother Nature's menopausal, definitely. Hi, Susan. Bernie, Jackie is asking.
Yeah, I have seen it. I will stick it in the group page, no problem.
Lovely, thank you.
Fling it in.
Sue says, my secret mulled cider recipe is the bags from the supermarket. Yes, mulled spices in tea bags, can't you? Lizzie's asking if we all live close to each other. Kind of and kind of not, Lizzie.
I'm about 3 hours away from all of the rest of them.
Yeah. I'm based in Portsmouth in Hampshire. I think Ness is the next closest one. You're about 20 minutes drive from me, aren't you? Sue, you're about half an hour drive from me. Heather, we've not been over to your neck of the woods. You usually come to us. How long does it take you to get to us, Heather?
An hour and a half.
So Heather's an hour and a half drive. We must rectify that next year. We'll come to the wood next year. And then yes, Gypsy is about three and a half.
About 2.5, 3 hours, depending on traffic.
So myself, Ness, Sue and Heather do get together quite often, but we see Bernie occasionally. If we're lucky. But obviously we all are on daily contact on Messenger. Not a day goes past when we're not contact online.
And just to let you know, Millie has started preparations for writing her Yule ritual.
Excellent. She is a superstar. In case anyone doesn't know, Millie is Gypsy's 11-year-old. She's 11.
Yep.
11-year-old daughter, and she wrote a beautiful Samhain ritual, particularly for children, and she's going to do the same for you all. So we will post it when it's done. She is a superstar. Diane says, sadly, we rarely get snow here. I must admit, in the UK, we're not geared up for snow. So much as I think it looks lovely, it's not very practical because the whole country grinds to a halt, doesn't it? Grocery stores have pine cones that smell like cinnamon. Lovely. Smells good through the door.
Yeah, you can put essential oils on them. That's what they do.
Green has a Yule puppy year round. You'll have to watch her this year. Yeah. Her name is Noelle. Leslie has 2 kittens that are 10 weeks old. Oh, no. You keep the Christmas trees in their boxes this year, Leslie. 2 kittens.
Be great fun for them, won't it?
Yeah.
Not so much for Leslie.
Susan has had crazy rain and wind near Chicago. Right. Any other favourite Yule dishes you like to prepare?
Sprouts.
Sun King soup is one of them.
Oh, what? Where?
Sun King soup, it's called.
Okay.
I actually did a blog about it, or it was part of a lesson. I do have the recipe. It is strange enough got oranges and tomatoes, which sounds really bizarre, but it is actually quite nice. See if I can find it.
Pop it up. Yeah, pop it up.
Yeah. Yes.
Heather, did you say something then?
Sprouts.
Yes.
I love Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I do. I could happily eat a whole bag to myself, chop them all and fry them in the pan.
I roast them. I roast them with cut up bacon and Parmesan cheese.
Lovely.
They make a nice risotto as well. Brussels sprout risotto and Brussels sprout coleslaw is lovely too.
Oh, I'll have to try that.
Yeah, we do.
That sounds nice.
I think perhaps, Jackie, will get a thread put up on the Kitchen Witch Facebook group for people to put their favourite Yule recipes up.
We will do a curry or something nice and spicy. And does a big ham joint that he cures and bastes over a couple of weeks. That's usually a house.
You say bakes it over a couple of weeks?
No, he flavours it over a couple of weeks. So he
bakes it. Wow, that makes it. How big is it?
Yeah, it's massive.
Puts all the different bits and salts and.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll put a thread on the Facebook group, Jackie, and people can put their dishes up. That would be a good idea. Hang the Christmas tree from the ceiling. I have seen the Christmas trees that are upside down ones that they hang from the ceiling. Very bizarre. Hi, Maria. You don't have to apologise for being late. I'm glad the plumber sorted you out, though.
Hi, Maria.
Sorry, it's my husband being rude.
I gathered. I did have
rude. Never.
Lizzie gets snow in Wales, but not usually till March. Sausage mix and cranberry pie. That sounds nice. Diane says sprouts are food of the gods. Absolutely. No, Xenia doesn't like sprouts. I think they are. You either love them or hate them, don't you?
Definitely. I think the hate comes from the soggy, overcooked ones.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yes, exactly. No, not nice.
Sprouts, chestnuts. Now, candied sweet potatoes or yams. Now, that's another very American thing, isn't it? We don't do it over here. As I understand it, it is sweet potatoes with marshmallows in. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I've seen some of my clients do that.
I've got to be honest, it sounds disgusting.
Yeah, really. It might taste.
No, it's very traditional in America, isn't it? It's very traditional. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'd have to try it, I think. Xenia mostly makes raclette for myself at Yule. It's not traditional Yule, but I love it and look forward to it every time. And if am I right in saying that's the potato and cheese dish? I think that's what it is, Xenia, but it does sound yummy.
Nice.
Jack, have chocolate sprouts. I have seen chocolate sprouts. They are just chocolate wrapped in sprout picture paper, which sounds lovely. Yeah, Debbie loves sprouts. Have to buy some just for yourself. Yeah, I would eat them all to myself. They are a funny thing, aren't they? People love them or hate them. Green inherited her great-grandma Frabotti's holiday cookie recipe. My favourite are pizzelles and stained glass chocolate and marshmallow window. That all sounds very complicated. I think we need some of those recipes. Definitely.
I think there's some things, aren't there, that people have at specific times of the year that which aren't traditional dishes, but what they look forward to. I mean, we always have bubble and squeak on Boxing Day.
Oh yeah, I love bubble and squeak.
With a bit of brown sauce and some piccalilli or something. It's just something that we do, you know. We look forward to that.
I think that's probably very British too. Do you want to explain what it is, Ness, in case?
Oh, bubble and squeak. Yeah. All the leftovers, sort of leftover roast potatoes, sprouts go in there, vegetables, bit of fried onion, and it's all fried up in a pan, and then we serve. So it's all nice and crispy.
Love.
And served with a bit of brown sauce and some piccalilli.
Andrea hated sprouts as a kid, but likes them now. Don't know why I changed. We do. I think it changes to taste as we get older, don't we? Maria suggesting sprouts fried with bacon. Yep. That's definitely.
I think I'm going to need that cinnamon roasted butternut squash recipe.
Yeah, that sounds interesting too, doesn't it? It's not
butternut squash.
Cinnamon roasted sounds very interesting.
Yes.
Jackie lived in Canada for 20 years before I ever got stranded in the snow, and that was on the drive. From Swansea to Milton Keynes. We can't deal with snow in the UK. We're not geared up for it, whereas Canada has the whole setup for dealing with it, don't they? The chocolate sprouts are not real chocolate sprouts. They're just chocolate sweets wrapped in tin foil that looks like Brussels sprouts. Eva says the marshmallow is a southern US thing. In New England, we use brown sugar. Okay, in with your sweet potatoes. I'm still
not reading it when it's placed in New England.
I think I'd have to try that. Yeah, Sue says her gran would put sprouts and cabbage on for Christmas lunch about the third week of June. Kind of a standard in Britain that we boil vegetables to death.
Brilliant.
We don't anymore. Amy's suggesting curried zucchini soup. That's gorgeous. Many of us in the UK. That's really nice too.
I do a nice butternut mulligatawny around Christmas time.
Very nice. Are you in Switzerland? I'm not in Switzerland, Eva. I'm not sure who you're asking. Raclette is Swiss, isn't it? I'm sure it's potatoes and cheese. Anything with potatoes and cheese is good. Sweet potatoes or yams with butter, brown sugar, and marshmallows. Always make that for our Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm not convinced on that one. I would have to be persuaded, I think. Maria's a bubble and squeak. Well, you are actually a bubble and squeak. Hi, Lorraine. Lorraine's doing a veggie Christmas. Yep. Little do lovely festive pastries and veggie stuff. Had their luxury nut cutlets last year. Oh, forgot to take them. Ended up with a huge plate of veg, but it was yummy. Yeah. Xenia is putting lots of stuff on the raclette grill. Oh, okay. Can be potato, cheese, vegetables, grilled cheese, meat, corn, and so on. Yummy. Put everything in small pans and let the cheese melt over it. I knew there was in it.
Melted cheese.
Cheese has got to be good, hasn't it?
Oh, lovely.
Anything
sounds really nice.
Cheese and it'd be lovely. Snowy always makes carrot cake.
Ooh,
I like
nice.
carrot cake. That's an interesting one. Lani had bubble and squeak with the mini silver-skinned onions that they used to have. Yeah, they're the only pickled onions I like, Lani, the little white ones. Lorraine said Sainsbury's does a dish called Rumbledy Thumps, which is similar to bubble and squeak. It wasn't invented by Sainsbury's. That is quite an old traditional British dish, that one is. We have sprouts all year round. I do when they're in season. I've been having sprouts for the last month now, delivered by the veggie box people. They're lovely. Andrew says in Germany, a traditional easy dish for Christmas is potato salad with sausages.
It is indeed.
Go with that.
In Germany.
I don't cook, so I go to one of my daughters at Christmas, real roast dinners. I have to admit, I go to my mum's. Every Christmas we all go to my mum's. I do cakes for the afternoon tea, but my mum does all the other food.
Everybody comes to Christmas.
We go to our daughters.
Yeah. It's a family thing. Eggnog. Have you guys had eggnog?
No.
Yeah. I don't like it. I'm sure other people do.
I love it. It's like drinking custard. It's yummy.
Yeah. It's a bit too velvety for me.
I don't tend to put alcohol in mine. I just make it with. I got a recipe from Paul, one of our lovely students. He sent me his eggnog recipe, and it is delicious. But again, not really something we have in the UK, is it? It's not really.
Although they do sell it in the American aisle, I think, in supermarkets in little cartons.
Yeah. Oh, Lizzie, pancakes for breakfast with maple syrup and bacon. Yeah, that's an American thing too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Having bacon with your sweet pancakes. I've tried it. I was not convinced, I must admit. I love pancakes.
Tried it.
I love the American thick pancakes, and I love bacon, and I love maple syrup. Not all on the same plate. It must be a thing you kind of get used to, I think. And turkey bacon and a glass of bubbly, of course. See, I knew we wouldn't actually. We're just talking about food. This is us, really.
That's making me very hungry.
Green's youngest daughter wants to try gingerbread pancakes. Yum!
Sound nice.
Let's see how they turn out, Green. Yeah, we need to know about those.
They sound really nice.
Now, Maria, a Greek Christmas, make a dish called kolokasi, which is a taro stew. Now, that sounds very nice too. I did visit
the recipe.
Food was lovely. Green has a place that does eggnog milkshakes. Okay. Rum and eggnog used to be my tradition for Jackie when I sat wrapping presents. Yeah, it's all traditions, isn't it? It is all. I think that's a big part of it, isn't it? Setting traditions, and once you've got your own family, you start your own new traditions as well, don't you? In the garden, I'm looking at all my notes. I've put some notes. See, I did actually do some research beforehand. You'd never believe it, would you? That we were prepared. There isn't a lot going on outside in the garden, unless, like most of us, Mother Nature's gone a bit haywire and you have still got stuff flowering. But it is the time of the year to kind of pack the garden away, particularly if your place is susceptible to frost. You need to make sure all the tender stuff's out the way. But please remember to feed the birds. I know everyone's probably really good at it, but it's through the winter now that the birds need feeding, and also leaving fresh water out for them as well. They do need our help during the winter. Lani has a bottle of Bucks Fizz when the girls open their presents. A whole bottle to yourself, Lani. Good Christmas Day.
He'll be trying our mead on Yule this year.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
Probably. You probably won't remember Christmas Day after that.
I probably won't, Rachel. I probably won't. Homemade mead, that's going to be quite risky, isn't it?
Leslie always has a full Scottish fry at breakfast and wash it down with Bucks Fizz. Brilliant. We did try that once, but then we didn't have any room for Christmas dinner. So, yeah, it was a bit of a struggle. Jackie's just bought the Llewellyn book on Yule. Yes, is that the one written by Jason? He's absolutely brilliant. He runs the Pathos Pagan channel. It looks very good. Xenia loves German Yule and will dearly miss the Christmas markets. Yeah, we've started having Christmas markets over here too in the last few years.
They're nothing like the ones in Germany, though.
No.
Absolutely nothing like the ones in Germany. They do try, but no.
Not the same.
Absolutely not.
With the situation with the big no-no, as my children call it, the virus, there will be new traditions this year, but we'll get through it.
We're having a new tradition this year of a Christmas Eve film night.
Excellent. That we do. We watch films. We play games during the day, board games during the day, and then films in the evening.
Yeah.
So Green says the girls and my absolute favourite tradition is setting up the Yule tree. Once it's set up, we lay under the tree and just stare up at the lights through the branches. It's magical. Oh, what a fab idea. Love that idea. I'd have a accent sitting on my head if I laid on the floor under the tree. That's a fab idea. Fantastic idea. But there are some herbs associated with Yule. Oak is a good one because obviously, or maybe not so obviously, I don't know. Yule is the winter solstice. And I know all of us here, actually, although we're all pagan, most of us are the only pagans in our family. So the rest of our family celebrate Christmas. So I think we probably all do our own little thing on the actual winter solstice, but then we join in with the family celebrations at Christmas and kind of combined it all into one. But of course, Yule is the winter solstice. It marks the shortest day and the longest night of the year. And it is the time when the Holly King and the Oak King battle. This time, the Oak King is victorious and he lives to reign over the lighter half of the year to come. So obviously holly and oak are both very symbolic of Yule, but sage, bay, pine, frankincense, ginger, I think all the kind of Christmassy spices, orange, holly and ivy, juniper berries, mistletoe, myrrh, cinnamon, nutmeg, and of course pine cones, all symbolic of Yule and the winter solstice. Foods, turkey, of course, although that's more of a modern one because that's actually an American tradition, isn't it? Because in Britain, Christmas, you used to have a goose.
Yeah.
You used to have a roast goose. And we did have roasted goose one year for Christmas. It was actually very nice, but doesn't feed as many as the turkey. Nuts, of course, all kinds of nuts, all kinds of roasted meats, oranges, dried fruits, mincemeat, eggnog, gingerbread has got to be one of the most recognised, hasn't it? For
definitely.
And chocolate, obviously, and of course mulled wine or mulled cider, depending on which way you want to. Colours: red, dark green, gold, silver, white, any kind of sparkly stuff, basically. Although there's trends, isn't there, where you go into all the garden centres to see all the Christmas decorations, and they usually have a colour of some of it. I've seen last year, I think, was all the blues and purples, like peacock colours, and all the Christmas decorations were all that colour. Very nice. Very nice. Snowy says, it's lovely to start some new traditions for future generations, definitely. One of my sons comes home Christmas Eve. That's my favourite bit of Christmas. Most years I go to Arborough on winter solstice. Yeah, it's a family time, I think, isn't it? I think that's what it's about, really. Forget the commercial stuff. Xenia, I live in northern Germany where we have lots of Scandinavian stuff and we can use some of their Christmas decorations for pagan Yule. Perfect. I have some tiny, lovely Yule goats. Oh, I need a Yule goat. Why have I not a Yule goat in my life? From Denmark, made of straw. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, tomty figures. I have seen these. They're the little elves, aren't they, with the red hats on?
Beards and
that. I have got some of those. They also have trolls, elves, and reindeer. I think I need a Christmas troll as well. That's definitely on my list to Santa this year.
When Rob and I went to Norway, it was probably about October time, they had all the stuff in the shops and it was all those sort of things, totally different to what we have over here. And we bought a moose back and we named him Norman. Weren't quite sure how we were going to get him in the case, but we did. He went sort of diagonal and squishing all the clothes in so he could go in. But yeah, they had all those different. It was really lovely to see some different things, loads of trolls and things like that, which you're not used to seeing over here.
I think it's fascinating, isn't it, to see the different cultures,
different traditions somewhere.
Yeah. Green decorates with lots of holly. It's got 5 holly trees. Wow. Maria's asking if anyone has recipes for juniper berries apart from gin. And we're all looking blankly.
Not juniper.
I think that might be a challenge, Maria. I think you may have laid down the gauntlet.
We're all hastily looking up juniper recipes now.
Oh, yeah. I leave it with us, Maria. We'll come back to you on that one. Expect to see a blog on recipes for juniper berries. We have turkey for Thanksgiving and ham for Christmas. I think that is an American thing, isn't it? You have turkey for Thanksgiving and ham for Christmas, whereas we don't have Thanksgiving in the UK. and we have our turkey at Christmas. But I say originally it would have been a goose rather than a turkey. Lani's done her first lot of Christmas shopping. Go for it, Lani. I have to be honest and say I've done mine, she says smugly. But I was very good this year. I've ordered from as many independent suppliers as I possibly can this year. Eve has almond crescent moon cookies are something women in my family have been making for generations around Christmas. That's a lovely tradition. Lovely tradition. And Xenia is going to make me try and pronounce Welsh words, which is really, really mean. I love the Welsh Mari Llwyd tradition. I have no idea if that's how you say it, and so want to participate. I got a horse skull recently and I want to build a Mari Llwyd. I think that's how it's said. I hope I won't get problems at the airport if you want to participate. Carrying a horse skull through the airport with you, they might pull you up on that one. Yeah. But it is a fascinating tradition. I have seen pictures. Of that. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Susie has one, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Susie has a.
Yeah.
I found a recipe for juniper glazed sprouts.
Ah, yes, juniper is used in quite a lot of glazes, isn't it? Because it has got that kind of ginny flavour. You can glaze your ham in it as well, can't you?
Yeah.
There's all sorts. It's juniper sprouts and everything.
Yeah.
Juniper toffees.
Oh, nice.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Lizzie's thinking of using natural decorations this year, ivy, fir, and whatever else I can find, along with brown paper and string for wrapping presents. I have, for the last few years, wrapped all my Christmas presents in brown paper and then just tied them up with coloured string and bits and pieces. They do look fantastic. I did it because a lot of the wrapping paper that you get that's got the printed patterns on can't be recycled in areas.
Yes, and they don't tell you that.
They don't tell you that, no. So I did. I started a few years ago using the brown paper. Sue would love a Krampus to put with that Father Christmas. I think we should all have a Krampus. And if you watch Grimm like I do, there's a fantastic Krampus episode. I love it. Children upside down from trees that have been naughty. But then,
I remember that one. Yeah.
Excellent. Eva is suggesting German Sauerbraten for juniper berries. We'll have to look. You'll have to post a recipe link for that one, Eva, please. That would be lovely. Yeah, I must admit, juniper berries, they do get used in incense and magical work.
Yeah, I use them in the incenses.
Or Lizzie's suggesting putting the juniper berries in mulled wine. That's
we can do that as well.
Snowy had a Yule goat from my Swedish boss one year. I think you are supposed to burn it at New Year, but I hadn't got the heart. Oh no, I couldn't burn it. What's that all about? Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look into the Yule goat. Diane has one. It's her husband. Andrea's suggesting you can combine meat with a sauce made with juniper berries. Yeah, I think that's one of the recommendations, isn't it? Someone's making their solstice cake as we speak. The kitchen smells amazing. Oh, imagine it is. I would imagine by solstice cake, you mean what we know as a Christmas cake, a fruit cake with all the spices and the dried fruit. I bet it does. I made spiced cookies in my week, actually, and it did. It made the whole house smell of Christmas. Sue prints Christmas wrapping paper with a potato and kids paint.
Oh wow!
I've translated.
Good idea.
Sure, the word spud translates over to America. We call potatoes spuds. Yeah, good idea. Maria wants a Krampus Yule jumper. Yeah, if you find one, Maria, let me know. I definitely want one of those. Brilliant, loads of ideas here. We'll put a Yule thread for recipes on the Kitchen Witch Facebook group because that's very useful. I think for me, it is for activities for Yule. It has to be spending time with family and friends, reminiscing and making old memories and new memories. Although this year it might be slightly more tricky. You can light candles to celebrate the return of the sun. You can have a bonfire or a fire pit and have an outdoor barbecue. We have done that before at Christmas time. You do have to dress up warm, but it's lovely to do. You can go wassailing. wassail. It's hot,
Yeah.
usually made with apple juice or cider. People process the local orchard, and it does still happen in the UK.
Somerset.
Somerset, quite traditional, isn't it? They go to the local orchard and they pour their offering of wassail under an apple tree. The idea being it honours the spirits of the apple trees to bring a good harvest. That is quite an ancient tradition, isn't it, over here? That's something that's happened for generations.
We used to do it to our apple trees before we moved, and then we'd play our drums and sing and dance all around them.
Excellent.
Didn't they originally shoot their rifles up at the trees as well?
Oh, I don't know about that. There might have been.
And I think there's a slice of bread that's been soaked in the apple juice or cider is put in the tree as well.
There's so many old traditions.
Lots of noise.
Used to hang it in the branches.
Brilliant. Going for walks in the woods, collecting pine cones to decorate with glitter, obviously. Collecting a log to make into your Yule log. Do remember when you are collecting things like pine cones to leave enough behind, particularly the ones that haven't actually opened up yet, because they are food for squirrels in particular. If you're collecting them, collect the pine cones that have already spread open, because that means their seeds have already come out.
Yeah.
Yule jumpers. Xenia, who else has Yule jumpers? Me. I have quite a few. What are you whining for? You've got a Christmas jumper too, haven't you? Is that what you're telling me? He has got a Christmas jumper. Yes, I love Christmas jumpers. You will probably see a few of them in my Friday morning chats. See, Green's now looking up the Yule Goat. Yeah,
I was just looking at it. Yeah. Looks really good.
There is a story behind it, but I can't remember.
That needs more investigating.
Yeah, I have read about it before.
Rosie's found Krampus sweaters. There you go, Maria. Helen says, we always have a wassail in my village. We have ours in January. Sue was the wassail. It's a difficult word to say. A wassail queen many years ago. Fantastic. Jackie, I think this year it'll be just me and my husband for Christmas, Yule Hanukkah. And he's the bar humbug type. You'll have to do your own thing, Jackie. Do your own thing. Xenia, wassail is cool. I heard about it by the good old Professor Ronald Hutton, a very, very lovely gentleman. They do. They sing to the apple trees and put toast into the branches that is soaked in cider. Apparently the birds will get drunk then. Sue, yes, the use of shotguns and soaked bread. Yeah. Xenia says it's not a thing in Germany though, so I'm not doing it. No, I think it is important to remember our traditions. Keep the traditions alive where you are.
I can.
But when you stop singing, Helen puts toast in the trees, gives me excuse to be weird with my drum, and none of the villagers even pattern up. Yeah, I think that's. Hello.
Oh, look at him.
That's the thing, isn't it? So many of these traditions are pagan, but that part of it has been lost. People just do it because it's a tradition without understanding the meaning of it, which is sad, really. Xenia says the word toast, as in lifting your glass in a toast, apparently comes from that tradition with the toast bread. There you go. Let's today. What about fruitcakes? I don't like them, but my dad loved them and get many at Christmas each year. Yeah, I do. I love fruitcake. I love Christmas cake. I love Christmas puddings. I love mince pies. I could eat them all year.
You can eat my share. Yeah. I don't like mince pies.
Do not like. It's funny. Again, they're one of those love or hate things. Fruitcake in particular has a bit of a reputation for being dreadful, isn't it? And only eaten by little old ladies. But if you get a good fruitcake, for quite a number of years, my mum and my dad both made a Christmas cake, and we had to do blind taste testing to see whose was better. Yeah, it was. We don't do that.
My nan-in-law's South African Christmas cake is the best one I have ever tried. It is delicious.
Yeah, you're right. If you get a good one, if you get a really dry one, it's not so good. Green is suggesting Eric's cute. He wants attention. That's all it is. Attention. Diane could live on mince pies. Yeah, me too. I could definitely live on those. I think there are certain scents, aren't there, or flavours perhaps, that we associate with Christmas, like cinnamon and nutmeg, cloves, oranges. They all bring that kind of Yule feel, don't they? Or that kind of Christmassy, and frankincense as well. I love frankincense. I have that all year round anyway. But there is a very, very easy Yule spell you can do. Tie 2 or 3 cinnamon sticks together with red ribbon, and that will bring love and passion and happiness. Or tie them together with green ribbon for prosperity and success, and hang it over your front door. Easy peasy to do. You could even put them on your Christmas tree if you wanted to, because they look really pretty as well. But that's really simple. Just cinnamon sticks with a piece of ribbon. And of course, the pine cones. If you're collecting pine cones, burn one in your cauldron or your fireproof dish or your fire pit, and it will help banish negative energy and purify your ritual space. If you have a real Christmas tree, save the pine needles, because they're really good to use afterwards in magical workings, and they can be added to incense or any kind of magical working. Pine needles are really, really good for prosperity in particular, but also very good for protection and purification. Pop a pine cone in the corner of each room of your home to bring protection to your home. And pine cones also carry the energy of fertility. So if that's what you're after, then work with them for fertility as well. Just looking at your comments back here. Oh, Lauren makes brandy butter every year to have with warm mince pies or Christmas pudding. Do you know how hungry I am now? What a mince pie. Lani's dad loves mince pies so much. Her mum bought him a box. I'm going to wrap them up for Christmas as a joke. I like that idea. I'm more, if anyone, Santa, I'll have mince pies for Christmas. That'll do me. Maria says that just reminds me of a Grimm too, with the mythological story of Greek children coming into puberty and becoming destructive goblins and loving fruitcake. Yes, that was an episode of Grimm as well. If you haven't watched the TV series Grimm, you'll have no idea what we're talking about. But if you haven't watched it, you need to, because it's brilliant. Yes, one of their myths was that children, as they hit puberty, turn into goblins overnight and cause all kinds of chaos, but only at the winter solstice. Hi, Claire. Claire has lovely gingerbread candles all over the house. Oh, yum, but they make her hungry. Yeah. Yeah, that's the downside to it, isn't it? I've just pinged it all up. Green says the scent of fir, as in fir trees, not dog fur. Orange and apples, definitely. And the smell of bayberry candles. Jackie, would clove-studded oranges be a pagan thing, or is it from Victorian times? I think it's Victorian, but I wouldn't swear to it. I don't know about that, Jackie. We'd have to do some research on that one. You may well find that it's got its roots in pagan somewhere, but they wouldn't have had oranges, would they?
The Celts wouldn't, but perhaps Roman.
Yeah, the Romans might have done,
Greeks.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not Celt. It's not from the Celt tradition, because that we wouldn't have had oranges. But I think they were very popular in Victorian times, weren't they? Claire says 3 cinnamon sticks. Yeah, tie 3 cinnamon sticks together, because 3 is a good number anyway, isn't it? It's quite a magical number. Lots of people saying they like cinnamon. Yeah, it's one of my favourites too. Mince pies and rum butter, delicious. Lizzie, I finally got a recipe for a good gluten-free, dairy and egg-free pastry, as I don't like any of the mince pies, Christmas cakes or puddings. I'll be making apple and cinnamon pie this year. Very, very nice. Very nice. Now, Xenia, in Germany, we have speculets. Yummy, spicy cookie figures. Yes, I have eaten them. They are very, very nice. That's lots of those Christmassy spices in a biscuit. Lovely. Yeah, Susan says the studded orange is from Victorian. I think you're probably right. I've just pinged up far too far. Favourite is peanut crisps and potato marzipan balls. There aren't many things that I don't like to eat, but marzipan is one of the very few. I must admit, you can eat your marzipan.
I'll eat your share. That's fine.
You can. Oh, okay, I'll have your Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, and have my marzipan. Good.
I'll have your marzipan.
Yeah. I like. Sounds like a good deal to me. Oh, someone's bought some all butter slow gin mince tarts from Aldi. Oh, they sound nice. Yeah, lots of places do have the gingerbread flavour candles this year, haven't they? Yeah, the oranges, the studded oranges were used as air fresheners. Pomanders, they were called, weren't they?
Just popped up a little.
I think it was
one
because
before. They smell lovely.
people probably smelt, didn't they? Because they didn't bath much. So I imagine ladies would sniff them like they did with their posies, didn't they? To because things smelt yucky. There's a history of pomanders there. Thank you very much. Has anyone made slow gin?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was asking there.
My husband usually makes it for Christmas gifts. He usually starts the bottles around October, pricks all the slows and then puts them in and leaves it to steep and does his magic bits that he does. And then decants them into bottles and gives them out as Christmas gifts.
Brilliant. Oh, there's lots
I drink mine to myself. I've got slow port on the go at the moment with the slow berries that you've taken out the gin. Don't throw them away. Put them in there's red wine, brandy and sugar. Pop them back in with that, and that takes a bit longer to do, but worth it.
Nice.
So that's on the go at the moment. I've got to strain them off now, but
excellent.
Another recipe.
The Christmas tree bought in a bit. Yes, the Christmas tree is a Victorian thing. It was Albert, wasn't it? The idea of bringing the Christmas tree and put it in the house and decorating it is very Victorian. But the idea of bringing greenery into the house is very pagan. That's a much, much older tradition. Green boughs would have been brought in to decorate the home. Lizzie, pomanders were about 13th century. There you go. Oh, someone made blackberry vodka too. That sounds very nice too. Green, I love hearing all these traditions and foods. Yeah, it's fascinating to find the different traditions across the.
I love stollen.
Yeah, Victorian times were when the Christmas kind of came. The Christmas that we know it now, wasn't it? It was Albert, because he brought the customs across from Germany.
Yeah, it's a very big tradition in Germany to decorate with a Christmas tree. Yeah.
Oh, Lauren loves marzipan. You can't have hers in the store.
That's all right. I'll share, as she stolen as well. I'll share my marzipan. If she shares, I've stolen.
Yes, so there's lots of things, nature, that you can bring in for Yule and the Winter Solstice, and you can hide your paganism by just tying it in with the Christmas traditions, because a lot of them were based in paganism. But don't worry about it. I think the important thing is to not get so hung up on it and say, I can't do that because I'm pagan. I can't do that because that's Christian. How many of your families celebrate Christmas as a Christian holiday? I bet it's not as many as people that celebrate Christmas as a family tradition. It is about, for me, it's about family, it's about friends, it's about spending time with the people that you care about. So let's don't beat yourself up about it because you're a pagan, because you're a witch, you can't celebrate it. Like I am the only pagan in my entire family, so I love the energy. I just love the whole festive thing. It is fantastic. If I could marry Santa, I would. I'd be up there in his workshop. Sorry. I'd be up there in his workshop making cookies for the elves. I'd be there. Absolutely. Because I love that energy. For me, it's that real build up. It's that real excitement. I haven't ever really lost that excitement that you have as a child.
No, I still have it too.
Favorite season of the year. But come Boxing Day, that's it. I'm done, dusted. It's all kind of done for me. But yeah, I don't beat yourself up about it. Do whatever makes you happy and involves you making time with family and friends and traditions. You know, you've got to do what works for you, really.
My favourite Yule tradition, which I only started last year, is staying up through the night in the garden with a fire. And I stay up, the kids go to bed, and I stay up all night, and I wake them up around 5 in the morning, and then we come down and cook a breakfast, and then sit in the garden for a bit.
Lovely. Yeah, I think it's important, isn't it, to set your own traditions for your family. Jackie says we're making her feel nostalgic. Yeah, a lot of the things my mum always used to. My mum always makes a big thing of Christmas. She always did, and she still does. It is a family time. It is about traditions and things, isn't it? And I absolutely appreciate that there are people on their own as well. But you know, reach out. Basically, let's
video calls, telephone calls.
Yeah, take care of each other. Maria's mum used to make stuffed vine leaves at Christmas. That's very Greek, isn't it?
Oh, stuffed vine leaves.
Christmas celebrations start in our house on Christmas Eve. Once preparations have been done and my husband and I sit down with a glass of Bailey's over ice. That's very, very civilized. Very grown up and civilized. Xenia says, lots of stuff got mingled and blended. Yeah, well, you find the customs that fit you. I'm definitely going to get a Yule Goat. I don't care where that comes from. We're going to have a new tradition of having a Yule Goat. I love goats.
They've got some new ones down the farm, some little tiny.
Love.
I can't wait to go down there when it opens to the public again.
Love seeing all the decorations out and about. Disneyland is especially nice at Christmas. I suspect it is. Jackie, taking the decorations down on January the 6th was something my mum always insisted on. That's the day, isn't it? The 12 days of Christmas, isn't it? That's the ending of it. That's when you're all supposed to take your down. I must admit, by the time Boxing Day's come and gone, I'm done with it all. I want a fresh, clean start then.
I'll stay up till February because we have birthdays through January, so the decorations stay up. And the Christmas ones stay up all year round.
It is difficult. Our son-in-law to be, his birthday is Christmas Eve.
Oh, so there's a few of ours born on Christmas Day.
We've had to move. We move it. We do his birthday a couple of days beforehand so that we can do Christmas Eve things on Christmas Eve. He doesn't mind. Lizzie will be on her own this year, so I'm making it all about me. You go, Lizzie. That's what I would do. Looking forward to videoing with my daughter and granddaughters on the 25th. I think that's important, isn't it, Lizzie? I think it is. You've got to make it work for you. So good on you. Green, my mother always insisted we take decorations down on New Year's on the 1st. She said we'd bring in bad luck from the past year otherwise. So now I do it out of habit. Yeah, it's those traditions, isn't it? New Year's Day, open your back door, let all the negative energy out, close it, go to your front door, open it and let the new energy in. That's a tradition that I do every year. That's very easy on New Year. But we have now waffled for well over an hour. And I think we might have vaguely kept to topic as well. Now there's a first.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm very hungry. I know that now. Yeah. Delicious food.
Zenia's getting emotional. I was in London exactly 1 year ago and watched the Christmas lights in the city and the lovely animated lighted angels in Regent Street. Loved walking about just admiring the Christmas Yule light. Now that's from my childhood. Because we only lived, when I was a child, we only lived about a 40-minute drive from London. And this is before it was ridiculously busy. So my dad would pack us all in the car and we'd drive up and drive around all the streets of London looking at all the Christmas lights. We'd be in our pajamas in the back of the car with their blankets. And we would drive up and around looking at all the Christmas lights. And on the way back, we'd stop at the donut diner and get donuts to eat in the car on the way back. And that we did that every year at Christmas. So yeah, it is memories, isn't it? Hello, are you hungry too?
He's back.
It is about Christmas. It is about traditions, isn't it? And it's about, You're very welcome. And Maria, I was on my own last year. I ordered an Indian and watched TV all day. It was great. Yes.
That sounds pretty good.
You've got to make it work for you, haven't you? Jackie, yes, our stores do still have Christmas grottos. Probably not this year, but yes, they do. We always went to them as a kid. Yeah, it is going to be a different Christmas for some people that can't see families. Use your video chats. Use your phones, use your video chats. Talk and video with them if you can't actually be with them.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad one for us.
Yes, well, do a recipe share thread on the. I'm looking forward to seeing that. We'll put that on the group. We have a Yule ritual. Heather, is it 20th, Sunday 20th?
20th of December.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
here in this Facebook group. So lovely Heather has written a Yule ritual for us. So if you want to join us for that, that'll be on Sunday 20th. There's a link in the comments there. Thank you all so much for joining us. I am very well aware that we've talked your ears off. Well, I have anyway. And we do, remember that you're never alone. Anything that we can do to help and support, just message us or pop a message in the Facebook group. We love chatting with you guys and being connected with you all. Yeah, Lani's saying Christmas Eve we get a takeaway and watch Animated Scrooge with Jim Carrey. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, everyone. It has been absolutely fantastic talking to you all. We'll get the link put up on the group for all those lovely Yule recipes. I am off to research where I can buy a Yule goat from. My husband realised, but I actually mean a real one. I definitely need one in my life.
I do look good.
Thank you, everyone. Oh, everyone's saying how it's cheered them up. Yes, it's been a bit recently. I'm so pleased that we've managed to put a smile on your faces. Yes, definitely. And, get the Christmas spirit, the festive spirit. Thank you all, guys, so very much. And I'll go and eat and be merry. Find you Yule Goat. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.